And like I said earlier, it's June the 15th, 2020. And my name's Chuck Hansen. I'll be your host for the next few minutes. And, wanted to put up this slide idea of the day, plan for a crisis. It's not if a crisis is going to happen, it's just when it's going to happen. And next time, be prepared, right? Whatever you have to do in order to be prepared. So I'm going to give you some information here this evening. But before we do and dig into the real meat of the information, I want to get your mind rolling, right? I mean, we're all thinkers. At least I hope we are. We all like to think about things, and it really is your belief system that rules your whole life. It's what you believe about yourself and what's going on. So let me ask you a few questions. Can you earn an unlimited income doing what you're doing? Most people would say no. Can you get paid if you don't go to work? The people that have a job, the answer is no, right? Are you your own boss? Some people say yes, because they own their own business, but really, are you your own boss? I mean, can you just walk away from it and let it run on its own for any period of time? Probably not, right? Are you earning what you're worth? Most people would say absolutely, positively not. But that again goes back to that belief system, right? Are you satisfied with your life? If you had your life to do all over again, what changes would you make? Have you ever thought about those? And maybe some of you will say, hey, my life's perfect. I'm living the dream, but, and that's great. What would your life be like, right? If you had the opportunity to bring in an extra $5,000 a month, what if it was more money than that? What if it was $7, $8, $10, $12, $15,000 a month? What would your life be like? What if you had a lot more free time to do the kind of things that you want to do? I mean, we're all plagued with, everybody pulling us for our time, whether it's your job or all these other things. But having free time is really a treasure. What if you could travel the world and do that at Uncle Sam's expense, right? Do it because you had to do it to go on business. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about. All of these things are possible. So I want you to pay attention over the next 15 minutes or so. Little bit of bio about myself. I've been a traditional business owner for 16 years, got into the network marketing industry, which I never thought I was going to do 33 years ago, 1987. And since that period of time, after failing miserably for the first year and almost quitting, I've earned over $16 million because I became a good student, right? I started understanding the industry. I built teams of over 400,000 people. I've helped a lot of people become millionaires, but not only millionaires, get back their life, make that extra 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 a month so that they could take back some of their life. I was kind of semi-retired. I was, happy doing what I was doing, but I was also, I found myself in May of 2018, the fattest I had ever been. So more on that story as we progress down the path. I honestly think that Valentus could be your path to a new life. I see a lot of people joining the company who have joined the company. I'll tell you a story here in a second of my experience of going up to looking at the company. But, really success is a choice. Age, gender, education, where you live, none of those things are a factor. It really is all about following a proven plan and having a burning desire to succeed. It's not over until you win. So getting rich is not going to happen by accident if that's one of the things that's on your to-do list, right? It's never too late to start. It's never too early to start. So I wish that I just saw a post today that happened for a 23-year-old in Europe, right? Just hit triple diamond. Now I know that doesn't mean anything to you right now, but it will in a second. 23 years old, no experience in this industry, 23 years old, and her life has changed forever, right? I mean, it's just, but I wish that I would have found this industry when I was 23, because those that do could be done by the time they're 26 and 27 and have the rest of their life to do whatever they want to. So the journey is going to be awesome if you want to get started. So we're going to talk about a couple of major problems. Not enough money is one of those problems, right? Our poor health and, the state of everybody. I mean, we're all, number one, too fat and not enough time. So, here's a quote that I love. Everything in your life is a reflection of a choice that you've made, good, bad, or indifferent, right? If you want different results, you've got to make a different choice. You can't expect different results and do the same thing over and over and over again. That's the definition of insanity, right? Once you decide that you want things to change, and that really is the starting point, right? You've got to decide that you want things to change. You've got to get fed up with whatever it is you're fed up with, and you've got to say, hey man, I'm done with that life. I'm putting that one behind me. I want to get started on something new. Well, once you make that decision to do that, nothing or no one will keep you from reaching your goals and dreams. You're dead on course, right? So this is, I'm hoping that you're ready to change your outcome. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So here's some great news. You're at the right place at the right time, maybe for the first time in your life. So, I always say, pay attention. Unprecedented growth in the home-based industry is going to happen over the next 3 to 5 years. Why do I say that? The pandemic, right? The pandemic has brought everything to the forefront as far as having a side gig, right? A plan B, something else that you can work on the side, something else where you can make some money, something else, no matter what profession you're in, whether you're an attorney, a doctor, a dental hygienist, a hair cutter, whatever, a beautician, doesn't matter. Whatever you are, you will think back and say, oh, you know what? I wish that I would have had something else on the side that I could have done from home while this whole, and again, it's not the first pandemic. It won't be the last pandemic. So and you know what? There's a lot of other things besides pandemics, right? I mean, you could get hurt. There's all kinds of reasons why you should have a plan B. I've been talking to people about having a plan B for the past 33 years. So, but what's going to happen over the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to send our incomes into the stratosphere. So I want you to be one of those success stories. I joined Valentus to see how many people I could help. I had the opportunity to do that before. I've always enjoyed helping people succeed and getting to where they want to go in life. And so if you're ready, I'm ready to help you. So I want you to have massive success in your career. So I love that. It is the best revenge, right? Having massive success is the best revenge for those dream stealers and those people that say you'll never amount to nothing. You're this or you're that. So here's my buddy Dave. I told you that I was the fattest that I had ever been in May of 2018, and I got a call from my smiling friend Dave Jordan. Dave and I have known each other for about 8 years, and he was just introducing a new product to their product line. Right now we got about 25 products, but a brand new product, which was a weight loss coffee. And so Dave called me. He said, Chuck, I just want you to listen to a call, no obligation, just listen to a call. I listened to the call. Very interesting, very convincing. I heard a lot of testimonials of people losing weight extremely quickly, right? I mean, just dropping off weight like crazy. And I thought, well, what the heck? I called Dave back after the call and I said, hey man, I'm going to order some coffee. I'll order a couple of canisters of coffee. I'll drink it and get back to you. I got it. Started drinking 2 cups of coffee every morning like I normally do and have been doing my entire adult life. And unbeknownst to me, I was losing weight. I knew I didn't have much of an appetite. I didn't have cravings for carbs and other junk food that I was eating that caused me to get fat. And I got on a scale and I'd lost 9 pounds, right? My clothes started fitting again. I started paying attention at that point. And over the next month, I lost 18 pounds, right? 18 pounds was a huge difference in my life. I called Dave up and I said, hey, buddy, I just bought an airplane ticket to come to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I want to come up and spend a day or two with you and look at the company. So he invited me up. I was going whether or not he invited me up or not. And so I walked through those front doors. Chris Hepke, one of the VPs, picked me up at the airport, and I got in there. And, you know, I was hoping to find a company in shambles so that I could get back on an airplane, go back home, and not worry about, you know, doing anything because I really had no intention. I had no intentions of building another team. I know the commitment that it takes. I know the, you know, the work that it takes. And so I was hoping. And what I found was just the opposite, right? I found a company that was debt-free, that had all their, you know, their systems in place, that had a compensation plan that was outrageously profitable for all of us distributors, and millions of capital in the bank. David paid $1 million cash for the building. They had just opened their first office in the Philippines, and you know, it was reminiscent of 3 other companies that I was part of over my career, where I had made millions of dollars in each one of those companies because of the timing of everything. Well, the company's going to be 6 years old this July. And, you know, things are on the move. As you see, we went from 2019 sales, just a little bit under $100 million, and, you know, 525% growth. So I'd like to take credit for all of that, but I won't, not at least not in this open forum. So our product line, you know, there's about 6 or 8 products in here that I absolutely love. The Highburn 8 is a brand new product for me. I love it. I love the Skinny Body, the Max product, the 24/7. The coffee is the one that I got introduced to that really made me a believer, right? But it's all, now we've got, you know, Dave started with 4 products. We've got 25, 26, something like that. I want you to go to valentusproducts.com, valentusproducts.com. There's all kinds of videos up there. You can't order or anything. That's just an informational site. So there's videos and there's PDFs and all kinds of information. So get there and take a look at it. Then by all means, go see the testimonials. I mean, I think that that's the best part, the stories, right? fbtestimonials.info, fbtestimonials.info is our Facebook page. Go look at the testimonials. While we're talking about testimonials, I'll tell you mine, right? It's now been 2 years. I went from 215 to 175. I've now put on about 6-7 pounds more. I'm at a 33-inch waist instead of a 40. My clothes all fit. In fact, most of them are way too big for me, and I've had to buy skinnier, smaller clothes, right? So who would have thought? I mean, everybody says, oh, you know, at your age, your metabolism slows down and, you know, you guys are going to stay fat forever. Well, surprise, surprise, right? That's not how it is. You know, guys, one of the things that I looked at when I joined Valentus was their compensation plan. I told you earlier that it's a great plan, and it really is the easiest and quickest path to a 6-figure income I've ever seen in my life. It was putting it into a form that was easily understood. Most compensation plans are very cumbersome. They're very difficult to understand. So what we've done is put this into a very simple, I can do it kind of plan. So I want to go through that with you. The first thing that happens is you got to start right? There's a lot of ways to get started. I'm going to focus on one. One is the Business Builder Pack. It's 16 products. An assortment of products. I say get an assortment of products so that you can try and get familiar with all the products. But what this Business Builder Pack does by purchasing it, it gives you the maximum payout in the compensation plan. So that's the reason what I'm about to show you works, right? The next thing that you've got to do, and it is a commitment, right? if you're not committed to doing these things, these 1, 2, and 3, then you're not going to get the results that I'm going to talk about on the next slide. So you got to try 3 products every month. Try 3 products every month. You're going to get 16. You're going to find some products you love. You're going to have a little bit of inventory that you're going to sample out. You might sell something, but try 3 products every month. We set up what we call a loyalty purchase, and that is really, that keeps you going, right? That money's going to come out of your pocket initially and will come out of the earnings later. The next component, again, is find 1 person a month that'll do 1, 2, and 3. Pretty simple. Just 1 person a month, not 10. As we go through this, I'll show you how you can locate that 1 person very easily. So, guys, if this is something you can see yourself doing, I would suggest that you get started. Get back to the person that invited you here and say, hey, I think I'm ready to get started. So here's an income disclosure form. This is what the company puts out. Now we've got more ranks besides these ranks. There's ranks that happen after Blue Diamond, but I wanted you to see what the average monthly income is of people that hit these particular ranks, right? Diamond, 3,000 to 6,000, double diamond, 75 to 12. I told you that 23-year-old girl in Europe, no experience, right? Has just hit triple diamond. Are you kidding me? 15,000 to 30,000 a month? Yes, her life has changed forever. So, we'll make sure, if you want to read that article, we'll get it to you. Blue Diamond, right? 33,000 to 75,000 a month, right? The plan that I'm going to show you will show you how to get to diamond in 9 months, double diamond in 10 months, triple diamond in 12 months, and blue diamond in 13 months. So be prepared. What happens is I'm going to give you this whole thing in little bite-sized pieces. And in these little bite-sized pieces, I want you to look at a couple of things and pay attention, right? This is you. You just got started, right? You got started. You bought your business builder pack, and you sponsored your first person, Tom. You called Tom. Tom's been your best friend forever. And you said, Tom, I just found something that we can make a lot of money right from home. And I'm looking for somebody that wants to go along this journey with me. Are you interested in taking a look? Tom says, yeah, sure, I'll take a look. You send him a video, right? And the video does all the explaining, does all the talking. So, so here's month 1, here's month 2. Month 2, you make your $160 a month purchase, right? And so far you've made $200 in commissions. You sponsored 2 people and your group is 3. Tom sponsored 1, right? Here's what happens month 4. I want you to watch the team size. I want you to watch the gross commissions. I want you to watch the net commission line. So your 4th month, your group has grown from 3 to 15. You've earned $475 that month. You're still only $285 in the hole. But let me show you what happens by the 6th month, right? 6th month, you've enrolled 6 people personally. So you've got two, right? You put 1 in every month, right? Person that buys a business builder package, they commit to trying 3 products. So each one of them is trying their 3 products every month, and they're enrolling 1 person every month. Your group has grown to 63 people. You put in 6, the rest of your team put in the rest of them. You made $1,050. Now this is exactly what the Valentus compensation plan will pay you if you do this exactly, right? If you don't do it exactly, there'll be either, you can do it faster, it'll pay you more. You can do it slower, it'll pay you less, right? So you're now, that $160 is coming out of earnings, not coming out of your pocket anymore. But it's been 6 months, right? By the 8th month, your group has grown to 255 people. You made $4,250. It's now probably starting to get to be decision time. What I mean by that is you've now got pretty nice income, $4,250 coming in, you know, that is going to continue to grow as long as everybody does and continues the same progress. Let me show you what happens by the 10th month. 255 to 1,023. You just made over 17 grand for the month, right? Everybody just sponsoring one a month. You've enrolled 10 people and your group has put in the rest of them. You've made $32,855 since you started. But let's carry it out a year. June the 15th, 2021, you got your first $68,000 monthly check, right? By now, I know your wife, your spouse, whoever, right? Your friends are saying, what in the world has happened to you, right? What's going on in your life? You're not working anymore. You quit that life-sucking job that you had that we, you know, worked at together, and you're driving a new car. You just moved into a new house. What's going on? Hey, you know that crazy deal that that I told you about? Well, that crazy deal last month paid me 68 grand. By that time, your friends are now starting to line up, right, to get started. Tom is 1 month behind you, right? So Tom's at 34,000. Tom is very thankful you called him first. So it's important to call your best friends first, right? Let me show you what happens. Month 13, and this just continues and that's why you hear these stories of these incomes, you know, where people are making more money monthly than a lot of people are making annually. And that's what I saw when I first went into my first network marketing meeting in 1987. I saw a lot of people making more money monthly than I was making annually after 16 years of struggling with my own business. And it perked my ears up, right? I mean, my antennas went up and I said, wait a second, I got to pay attention. I paid real close attention, but I must have missed part of the presentation because for the first year I struggled, right? I failed miserably. That 13th month, you got your first six-figure monthly income. I remember when I got my first six-figure monthly income, my wife looked and we were still opening up checks at that time, right? Because I joined this industry before the cell phone, before the fax machine, before the internet. And my kids hear me saying that and they go, Dad, how old are you really? Right? I mean, how old are you to start thinking before? I thought we had that forever, right? But, you know, she said, hey, I'm so glad that I talked you into doing that network marketing thing and selling our, you know, advertising business, which she wasn't. But, you know, of course, I gave her all the credit. So, hey, guys, before we leave, I want you to listen to a good friend of mine.
You got to have the courage. Do you have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly? Or will you die a dreamer? Will you die on the verge and on the edge and in the land of coulda, woulda, and shoulda? Do you have the courage? I'm going to drop something on you. It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. Misery will always have company. Success breeds contempt. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre. Be normal and fit in. And if you're more concerned about people than you are God, then neutralize everything he put in you. Just fit in with everybody else. Dress like them, walk like them, act like them, eat like them, go where they go, think like they think, do what they do. And once you've neutralized your uniqueness, you don't need courage. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've never gone before. For some of you, it took courage to come to this conference. It takes courage to get you outside of the box. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you. Do you have the courage to stand there though the storms keep raging and the people get to talking and you stand there and say, I've come too far to turn around? Do you have the courage? I'm going to say something to you. It takes courage to be exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be rich. It takes courage to be educated. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. Because the moment you do, but you don't talk like you forgot where you came from. Look at you talking. It takes courage. And I'm just wondering, in this weak, watered down, mediocre society that we live in today, in this reality TV world we live in today, I'm wondering if there's anybody left that's got the courage to say, after all I've been through, and all my ancestors have been through, and all my parents have been through, I didn't come through all of that just to fit in with normalcy. I have the courage to go after my dream. Is there a woman left in this entire Coliseum that's got some courage?
I want you to watch that every morning for the next 30 days and tell me how your life is, because it will definitely change your outcome, right? Your outlook on everything, because you got to have the courage. You got to be willing to reach out there and do some things that most people won't do. So you can have some of the things that most people won't have, and you just got to be doing something different. So it's all about having that dream, like TD Jakes just talked about, right? A dream is your creative vision of your life in the future. So what's your dream? I don't know. I mean, I've always had a dream, but I know living the dream is possible. I've done it. I know a lot of other people that have done it. I want you to get back with the person that invited you here to watch this message and tell them you're ready to start living your dream, right? Very quickly, tomorrow is going to be a big day, right? We've been working on something behind the scenes, and I'm going to ask you to come and join us. There is the Zoom code 210-279-7193. Go to zoom.us, click on join a meeting, and we're going to have a launch party, right? You can go to tribefunnels.com and read all about it, but everything is going to be launched tomorrow. So a lot of things. There's I put together just a couple of more things that I wanted to show you. We all have firsts in our life, right? Firsts. And I don't show this to brag about it. I just want to show you that a kid with not the best, growing up circumstances. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, living in a basement apartment. I kept track of, it's just a way to keep score. My first $1 million, right? That was my first $1 million year, was 1995. And, that led me to have a lot of things that I didn't have before. This is one of our homes in Scottsdale, actually in Paradise Valley. A great house, guest house that we built, and I just I just noticed that it was just sold for $2.2 million. So property values have gone up in Arizona. We've also had, the luxury of having a lot of fun, right? I mean, Grand Prix teams and races and offshore teams and races that we sponsored. And so we had fun along the way. We had our own Indy car pitted right next to the Amway team, which was very interesting. But it was, one of those things that you never will forget. We've owned about, 12 homes. I'm going to get pictures of all of them up here one of these days. 12. This is our home on Lake Travis in Austin, but we've owned about 12 homes. We've had the opportunity to live wherever we wanted to live, in whatever lifestyle we've wanted to enjoy, because we had the income, right? And so if you have the income, you make cars. I don't know. I've had about 30, I guess, 30, maybe more. I'd like to find pictures of all of them. So cars, Ferraris and Lamborghinis. My daughter got us into horses. She thought, hey, you know, this is her. This is the last of 5, right? And I thought, well, how cute would that be for her to ride a horse? Well, little did I know that it was going to turn out to be a gigantic hobby, right? And it was not going to be one horse. It was going to be multiple horses. And when you have multiple horses, you have to have lots of other things for those horses. We live right on the coast of North Carolina, and we're about a half mile from at the Atlantic Ocean, so we can ride down. So we had to have a house with you know, stalls and barns and corrals and, you know, pastures and all of those things. We had to have horse trailers and trucks and all of those things. So, you know, we showed all up and down the East Coast, but it was a great thing. This was the first house that we purchased when we first came to this side of the country on the East Coast. And had another little house up on an island about an hour north of here. So that's our front yard and our littlest one. And the one here is a ER nurse at Duke. She's the one that was responsible for getting us here. She got a scholarship to Duke. So had a great penthouse hat. I wish I still had it, but I sold it. I found myself going down there by myself. The kids were getting too old, and the same thing with the beach house. So, hey guys, you know, join us. Thank you for your time. What I'd like to do is turn the stage over to Mitch. He's going to go through a quick fast start training, but if you're at all interested in what we had to say, by all means, get back with the person that invited you to watch this information and tell them you're ready to get started. Go buy that business builder pack. Let's go do something fantastic together. Mitch?
Well, thanks a lot, Chuck. Can you see my screen all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Kind of an odd day today. I don't know why, but good day, but an odd day. This is definitely a bright spot in the day. Sure appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do this fast start training. I want to make it a fast start training, okay? Because I think everybody, for whatever reason, tends to complicate this thing, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just the, you know, human nature trying to figure everything out and so on and so on. A little bit about me. My background is in real estate. I also used to own a franchise, and I've done that for about 26 years. I really wasn't looking for anything 18 months ago when Chuck reached out to me. And then I took a look at this begrudgingly, mainly just to keep him off my back. And so I looked at it, turned out to be, you know, kind of life-changing for me and my family. And with all the crazy things that have gone on, you know, this has provided my family with a paycheck every single Friday. So it's been really, really good. All right, so let's kind of jump into this. What I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about what we're not. Okay, what we're not. Because, you know, people, you know, they throw us into a bucket as, you know, because they hear of other so-called opportunities out there. And, you know, we can be, you know, kind of thrown into that same bucket, like I said. But what we're not, okay, well, we're not a coffee company. So if you came in the company because of one of our great coffee products, and that's all you were exposed to or what you were originally exposed to, it's easy for people to think that, right? So we're not a coffee company. We've got 27 awesome products, and Chuck kind of showed you that in the presentation, okay? So we're not a weight loss deal. Now about, I don't know, 40-50% of the products do have something to do with weight loss, but we're not a weight loss deal or a weight loss company. Probably my favorite is, you know, we're not just for salespeople. And you know what's interesting about all of this, as I said, is that whatever way you were approached or somebody is approached is what they think or what they think they have to do or what they think it is, right? So if somebody says to you, let's say you're out there talking about the business and somebody says to you, you know, Lori, I just can't be like you because you're a great salesman person and I'm not. So I don't think this is for me. Or they might just say, you know, I'm just not salesy. Okay, well, what that means is that you're being too salesy. Okay. So this is not a business that's, just for salespeople. In fact, a lot of times salespeople for whatever reason don't do too good over here. Pardon me. All right. So we're not just for salespeople. We're not a get rich quick scheme. I'm going to say get rich quicker, but definitely not a get rich quick scheme. You've got to put in some effort. You got to be enthusiastic, and you got to put in, it's got to be somewhat consistent. Now, it doesn't really matter much if it's an hour a day, 5 hours a day, 10 hours a day, as long as it's consistent. The reason people don't make money a lot of times is because they're not doing 5 hours in a month, let alone 5 hours in a day, right? All right, so it's consistency on a daily or at least very regular basis. So we're not a get rich quick scheme, but certainly get rich a lot quicker. A little bit about our industry. It's called network marketing. It's a huge industry. It's $189 billion with a B. It's bigger than the, music industry as a whole, the movie industry, the video game industry, the natural foods industry. I mean, the natural foods industry, can you imagine? That's a huge industry, $90 billion. Okay. No money. See, what happens here is no money is spent on celebrity endorsements or advertising. See, they pay us to get the word out there. That's what they do. They pay us to get the word out there, and we simply share information and our enthusiasm, and that's how we spread the word. Okay. And then we get paid really, really well for that. All right. So you might say it's real people paid real money. All right. So network marketing industry is probably different than you think, but it's $189 billion. So it's not some kind of little thing or whatever. When I saw a business like this, I was in my 20s. At that time is when I met the famous Chuck Hansen up there. And I was seeing people that were making as much in a week or a month than most people make in a year. It was crazy. And somebody took me under their wing and showed me that it was real. And, you might say from that point, I was kind of ruined for life, because I realized that it didn't take a college education. Didn't matter if you were old or young or what the color of your skin was or where you lived in the world. No, it was just like an equal playing field. And once I figured that out, it was off to the races, right? I got into business like that, started making some money. That's where I met Chuck. That business went away at some point there. And then I took the knowledge and the skills that I learned over there, and I took it over into my other businesses. And if it wasn't for this type of business, I would have never made it over there. So see, what we are is we're promoters. That's it. See this guy with the funny hair right here? That's Don King. All right, hair sticking up. All right. See, he doesn't actually do the fighting. He just promotes these guys, the boxers, right? So what we are is we are promoters. We're distributors, promoters. We don't have to do the heavy lifting part. The heavy lifting part being, we don't have to have the facilities. We don't have to have the staff. We don't have to have the shipping department. We'd have to have research and development department and scientists and all the employees. We don't have to have any of that. All we got to do is be what? Good promoters, right? So we don't have to personally stock and sell products. So you don't need to have this big closet full of products or a garage full of products. Now, I'm not saying don't ever sell it. I mean, you want to, get your money back when you can. You can give it out as samples. You can sell some to your friends or whatever, but that's not where the big money's made. All right. We want to obtain customers. The backbone of the business is customers, but they come into the system and then they buy direct from the company. Okay. So we build a distribution network all around the world. How do you do that? It's just word of mouth. We're all connected by the internet, right? We're all connected. It's not that, I know people in Australia. I know people in South America. I know people in Mexico. I know people all over the world, and we're connected via the internet, right? Makes it easier than ever to build a worldwide business by word of mouth. Okay. And then we have fun. We do have fun. We're a fun crowd, especially when we can get together a couple times a year. But, it's, with all the craziness that's going on right now, it's not happening, right? Or not at least anytime super soon, but we're excited about, whenever the next big event's going to be. somewhere, probably in Vegas. All right. So all opportunities are not the same. Now, it's easy for people to think that all opportunities are the same. Why? Because some of the words sound the same. I mean, some of the, they all claim to have the best products. Great. The best comp plan, the best people, the best culture. I mean, you hear all these same things. So it's really easy for people to start to think that, it's all the same. But let me tell you the difference. The difference is people can make money over here. You see, Dave Jordan started the company, as Chuck said earlier, and Dave, he started this company for one reason, so that we could make money. He wanted a company that was for distributors, by distributors. Not, a bunch of slick, network marketing guys started a new company. It's just, this is a completely different experience. People actually do make money here. Here's the average incomes, as a matter of fact. There's your diamond income, $3,000 to $6,000 a month. Took me about 4.5 months, give or take, to reach that level. All right. If I can do it, you can do it. All right. It's just that I finally gave in and said, you know what? I'm just going to do it the way they say. And that's what made the difference, And but anyway, diamond income, 3,000 to 6,000. Chuck there, triple diamond. He achieved the triple diamond level. We've got a couple other folks on here with us that had also achieved the diamond level on the call here. And then Chuck's sponsor Rick is actually Royal Diamond, which is actually above this line right here. There's more levels, down here. So the money is really, really good. So if you heard of the kind of incomes that are made in network marketing, I mean, let me tell you, there comes a point when you can be grossly overpaid, and that's a good thing, right? But not in the beginning. In the beginning, the guy at McDonald's is definitely going to make more, right? That's in the very beginning. But these kind of numbers are possible, and it's being done by real people. All right, so this is a quick video on our what we call the Powerline system. Okay, don't go away. It's really important that you understand the system here, and then I'll jump back in here as soon as it's over.
Introducing the power of the Powerline. When you first visited our Valentus website and submitted your name and email address, our system gave you a free temporary position, so you can start to see exactly how the system works before you have to commit anything to getting started. In fact, we have already started building your Valentus team by placing people just like you below you that you have the opportunity to get paid on each and every month. The way that works is just as you visited our website and submitted your information, other people just like you who are looking for a way to generate extra income from home are doing the same thing. Each time another person visits your enroller's website and submits their information, they are placed one under the other in a straight line down called a power line. Under you. Each time we place a new person below you, you get an email saying, "Congratulations. This person was just placed in your team." Now keep in mind, these people, called pre-enrollees, visited our website for many of the same reasons that you did. They're looking for a way to supplement or even replace their monthly income in their spare time from home. Any one of them could be the next superstar in the company, all of whom you have the opportunity to get paid on should they take action and become a member. But only if you lock in your position before the next cutoff date. Cutoff days are the most important days in our system, so it's very important to know when the next one is. Now, cutoff days are like deadlines to secure your position or lose out. At midnight Pacific time on Thursday, our system looks to see those who are serious about making money versus those who aren't. That means that the ambitious people who recognize our perfect timing and positioning and the sheer power of our system and make the decision to upgrade to full member before midnight on that day will be rewarded by leapfrogging to the very top of the power line, above all the people who hesitate. So not only will you secure your position and have the opportunity to get paid on all of those people below you in your team who do the same, but you will also jump to the very top of the power line, above all those who wait, any of which could become a member next week, next month, or anytime down the road. And since you took action first, you will get paid on their efforts instead of them getting paid on yours. But keep in mind, that also means that if you don't lock in your position by Thursday, all of those people below you who did take action will leapfrog above you, and you will lose out on them forever. With the most generous compensation plan in the industry, that could be the difference in hundreds, possibly even thousands of dollars a month in residual income for you. Right now, you can see all the people who have upgraded to member in your team by logging into your system and clicking on Genealogy. Anyone you see that is highlighted and has an M next to their name, you'll know they are a member, and you need to act fast. All you need to do to lock in your position and become a member is click on the Join Now link in any of the emails you've received from our system, or log into your system and click on the button to get signed up today. Just fill in the information on the sign-up page. Put in your name, address, where you want your check sent to, select which of our life-changing products you want to order, and you are in business. It's no surprise that in the last few years, the Valentus Powerline system has created more results than any other system in the industry. When you combine that power with our rock-solid debt-free company, incredible product line, huge compensation plan, and the best support team in the industry to help you and train you every step of the way, it's no surprise that we have become one of the fastest-growing companies in the industry. But all of that means nothing unless you take action. Get started now and lock in your position in the most exciting company in the industry. Experience some of the most life-changing products on the planet. Position yourself to maximize the compensation plan and get paid on all the people below you, any one of which could very realistically earn you hundreds, possibly thousands of dollars a month in residual income. And start your own home-based business today. Don't hesitate. Get started now. And we look forward to helping you become the next great success story. Welcome to Valentus.
All right, so the Powerline system, it's a great system. If you are not in the system yet at all, you're going to want to get pre-enrolled. Your friend will send you the link. You'll get a free position in that Powerline system, and it'll give you an opportunity to get a free look without joining anything or paying any money. And then you can decide if it's something that you want to do, okay? If you are a distributor already, which most of you are, I believe, you're just going to want to make sure that everybody that's interested in making money is pre-enrolled in the Powerline system, all right? Especially considering what we've got coming down the pike, right, Chuck? Absolutely. So, hey, listen, what do? You want to keep it simple. You want to keep it simple. It's the KISS principle, right? Keep it short and sweet is the better way of saying that. Keep it short and sweet. Keep it simple. Be coachable and teachable. All right, be coachable and teachable. We're trying to, keep it as simple as possible so that we can show this to as many people as possible. We got all kinds of ways to do that, okay? Invite people to see the information. Promote the information. We've got webinars, we've got videos, we've got Facebook pages, we've got great ways to show people the information, okay? We've got apps. Promote the events. All right, what's an event? This is an event. Actually looks like the numbers have been climbing lately, last week or so, and I would expect with all the amazing things that are going on this week in particular, I would bet you these numbers are going to go way up. You're going to want to get everybody that you know to these events online, okay? So we want to promote the events. Make sure that you, if we send you a text that says, hey, there's a webinar going on, make sure that you pass that on to everybody, okay? And use your support team. Use your support team. If you're talking to somebody new, say, hey, you might want to take a look at this, or you might say, I came across a great way to make some additional income from home, and I'm very excited about it. Are you open to taking a look? If they're open to taking a look, you can send them some information through the app, a video, and then after they see that, you can put them on the phone with your support team. If you're on Dell's team, she'd be glad to talk to people for you. Same thing with Christina or myself or Chuck or Marianne or whatever. You want to use your support team. And, it's not an imposition. We want you to reach out to us and introduce us because it'll make your life a lot easier because you won't have to do all the talking, right? All right. And then make sure everybody that's interested in the business is pre-enrolled. I said that before, okay? And along the way, we're going to be obtaining customers. People are going to want to try the products. And a lot of times those people that are customers, will come across people that want the products too. And it's an opportunity for them later on to to upgrade to rep, right? So, I mean, you could always reach out to a customer and say, hey, you thought about making money with this. I see you've been buying every single month, probably told some friends about it. So that's what you want to do, okay? All right, and then be consistent. Just be consistent. So here's the action plan right here. Pay the fee. It's $20 to be a rep, all right? Commit to use 2 or 3 products a month, all right? 100 BV, Chuck went over that in the presentation. You got to do it, all right? If you can't find 2 or 3 or 4 of these products to fall in love with, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, unless you just don't want to get healthier, right? The Emulin, the Max, the coffee or whatever. I mean, there's just some really, really great products. And especially these days, the immune boosters and so on and so on. There's just lots of good stuff, okay? Attend the team trainings and webinars. Make sure that you're on the Success Team Facebook page. And also with regards to, what we've got going on, the Blue Ocean Co-op, there's a special Facebook page for that too. But you're going to need to be added by somebody. I could add you, but we've got to be friends on Facebook, or somebody in the group can add you to the page. Okay, so be sure to be on that page as well. Now you've got to commit if you really want to get this thing humming, or you want to get some momentum at some point. You got to commit to enroll at least 1 business builder per month. Now, how many customers might you enroll, or reps might you enroll in the pursuit of 1 or 2 or 3? I don't know. Some of you can make 1 phone call and put, half a dozen business builders in a day. Some of you not so much, right? It really just kind of depends on the person, but it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you do at least 1, okay? And by the way, if you'll do 2 or 3 a month on average, business builders, it'll grow 5 or 10 times faster. Crazy. Not 2 or 3 times faster, 5 or 10 times faster. All right. So it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. My friend Dr. Chi always talks about triplication. All right, triplication. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, first we want to find 3. Our whole business is based on 3s. Okay. So we want to find 3 people that'll get a business builder pack or a career success pack. And then we're going to teach those 3 to find 3. Now, how do we do that? We plug them into these trainings. Okay, companies got trainings, we've got trainings. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to plug people in. All right, that's how we help them. All right, and then repeat. What does that mean? It means you go find another 3. Okay. Because you don't know where and when those rock stars are going to come into your business, right? Could be sooner rather than later. It could be a little bit later, depending on how fast you move. And, you never know. So you just got to keep going and going and going and going. I called Chuck, actually he mentioned it one day in a presentation, the honey badger. And, what is that? It's like, they just don't give up. The honey badger just keeps going and going and going and going until it gets what it wants, right? So lately I've been referring to myself as the Energizer Bunny. It's just, I just don't stop. I mean, I just keep going every day, even if I'm not really in the mode. I'm either texting a few people or talking to a few people, and guess what happens? They show up. The people that want to do this show up. So find 3, teach those 3 to find 3, and then repeat the process. Okay, and that's how you do this. Okay, so we do these webinars on Mondays. We call it Motivation Monday. That's today. Love that video, Chuck. That was a good one. Thursday, we've got 2. We've got 2 now on Thursday. Okay, we took off Tuesday because Tuesday wasn't working out. But we've got 2 on Thursday. We've got a noon and an 8 p.m. That's 11 and 7 Central. And then a leadership training that we do at 11 Eastern on Saturday. Okay, so this is the team stuff. And then, there's other teams stuff throughout the week. Okay, and I do post some of that in the Facebook page. We also have live corporate conference calls. Okay, there's a Monday morning call, a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday call after our training. And this is on the phone right here for you to listen to. All right, so what I would ask is, are you ready for a lifestyle upgrade? Because, if you do these simple things, if you share this with enough people, sooner or later, you're going to find a few crazy people that are going to do it too. And they're going to go out and find a few crazy people that are going to do it too. And so on and so on and so on. And the next thing you know, you're sitting on a beach and making money anyway. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to shut off the recording. God bless. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And take care. Hang on one sec.